Hello, peace to you home. So nice to meet you at our global motivational meeting. We are reading Messiah's Second Coming words. These words that inspire and empower billions of people, families, communities, countries, and the whole world. And I'll help you to just read these words and think about them, that God could give you tips for happy life and prosperous future. As we're reading these books from beginning, please find all the chapters at our Message to Billion channel, Happy TV. And now let's see what God prepared for us today. First, let's read the quotes from the Messiah Second Coming, True Father, Returning Christ. It was at August 23rd, 1995, and Lotte Hotel, Seoul, Korea. This was the Third World Peace Conference. Honored Chairman, distinguished former and current heads of state, ladies and gentlemen, at the opening of the Third World Peace Conference today, I would like to express my deepest respect to you for coming for this historical event. It is a pleasure to take this opportunity to share my beliefs regarding true world peace. Matters of world peace are of great concern than ever before. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to you who, out of your desire to realize world peace, have traveled from afar and brought into being this magnificent conference. I would like to share with you, members of the Federation of World Peace, my activities these past few months. Earnest advice for Central and South America. Recognizing that God has a will for Latin America, I embarked on a tour 23 nations on that great continent. In each nation, I shared my beliefs with key leaders, and in 8 of these nations, I met the head of state to discuss matters related to world peace. The title of my tour was The Family and I. While traveling around the continent, north, south, and east and west, I meditated and prayed about this special part of the world. I considered how the nations that make up Latin America can achieve true peace and establish an ideal society. Clearly, the continent has stunning and rich potential. These are seemingly unlimited resources in a rich and peaceful natural paradise of grand mountains and unspoiled nature. The mountains and jungles remind us of the original creation to the Garden of Eden. I envision a glory-filled days that I lie ahead in Latin America of the 21st century. At each opportunity, I gave a single piece of advice. I said, please do not blindly follow in the footsteps of developed nations. Do not repeat the errors and rushing to harness the natural resources in the name of progress. Why would I give this advice? It is because the so-called developed countries have not found the balance with nature and the happiness that mankind has wanted from its inception. In the 21st century, we will return to the original world. Let us take the United States as an example. I am someone who genuinely loved the United States. For the past 25 years, I have devoted myself to establish the foundation for world peace in that country. Although I have suffered the persecution for my efforts to guide America in the right direction, my love for America and my belief in its vital role for the world peace has not changed. In the 1960s, when I first visited that land of opportunity, it seems that the whole world wanted to be like America. We deeply admire the life depicted on television shows, such as the Little House on the Prairie. Came Sunday morning, the sound of hymns were heard from all directions. Superman, a superhero of justice, was a symbol of the righteous American spirit, and city streets were through the spotless in good order and beautiful. The whole world looked at America with respect in those days. Yet, if you look at America today, 30 years later, what do we see? It is a nation in decay, strewn with difficult problems they cannot solve. In the midst of this moral decadence and increase in crime demand our close attention. Numerous unimaginable acts, including murder, drug abuse, divorce, child molestation, gang violence, and teenage pregnancies emanate from America today. As a person who loves this nation, I deeply hurt by what I see. Yet this phenomenon is not limited to America. All of the developed countries at the end of the 20th century are struggling with many of the same problems, having reached the summit of consumer wealth and technological sophistication. The developed world is caught in trap of materialism with the mind of and spirit observing the material wealth. Our true essence of as human beings is enslaved by selfish desires. The result is a collapse of true love. Although there is an abundance of material wealth and our cities are crowded with the skyscrapers, the human mind has become desolated and ripped up like a desert, and the oasis of true love is not be found. The absence of true love is the breeding ground for selfishness. The most helpless victim of this attitude is the world of nature. One of the themes of this peace conference is the restoration of the environment. We are abusing many of our resources, including our water supply. Even the atmosphere that protects our planet is affected by the misuse of natural resources. If this trend continues, the so-called benefits of materialistic civilization will lead to the end to the earth self-destruction. The most serious damage of all, however, is the destruction of family as a basic building block for the nation. The family is the cell of society. If each of the tens of trillions of cells in our body is healthy, then the body is likewise healthy. Conversely, if the cells are weakened and destroyed, then the whole body will weaken and eventually stop functioning. Similarly, destructions of the true family system foretells the destruction of all humankind. Our society is changing toward a destination directly opposite to what was originally designed and created by God. The 21st century is inevitably a time to return to the original world of God's will. The civilization placing the spirit and mind as subject partner is coming. The 21st century is only 5 years away. It is my sincere wish that the developed country not follow in the footsteps of the so-called developed country. Instead, they ought to use the developed country experience as a lesson and move directly into the world where spirit and mind are in control. Do not fall into the pit of nationalism and materialism. This is the message that I want to share with you in our time together today. The blessing of 360,000 couples is the celebration of world peace. We have reached the time when the world has no alternative but to change. In religious terms, we can say that we have reached the last days of humankind. However, the last days refer do not mean darkness and destruction. From God's creator's point of view, the last days at the end of the false world, the end of the fallen world. Then they will be followed immediately by the founding of true world, the original world of God's creation. Therefore, the last days are what we all wish and hope for. Then how can we achieve this historic transition from materialistic civilization to spiritual civilization? The transition begins with the emerge of God's truth. Truth is called light. The dawn morning light is the power that liberates the night. Then the sun of historical transition is rising toward the highest point in the sky. This is why I have proclaimed as the unification principle and the great principle of true love. Upon receiving a call from God, I endeavored to deeply understanding the great principle of the universe that has been hidden from the beginning of human history. In my discovery, I realized that the true humankind been earning for throughout history is this very principle upon which we can return to true love and realize the true world peace. A physical need to diagnose the cause of an illness in order to cure the patient. In the same way, the principle clearly identify why today's human society fell into misery. It explains the course of the fall of humankind and the event that led to the unprincipled world that we struggle with every day. Once the cause is determined, the cure can be applied. For the past 40 years, I have traveled the globe with this cure. I have devoted myself to revealing the cure clearly to the world. I want to explain some of these great principles. My explanation will be only skin deep, as it is impossible to grasp the depth of the philosophical implication in a short period of time. One needs to study the unification principle sincerely with time and prayer, based on knowing that if we do indeed love for eternity, it is clear that we need to reorganize our priorities. The first great principle is that God is alive and that God is the parent of humankind. The relation between God and humanity is that of parent and child. This is the first truth that God revealed to me. Secondly, God's original nature is true love, and God created all things and the human beings to realize God's true love. Human beings are therefore the object partner of God. God wants to unconditionally pour unlimited true love into the hearts of his children. Thirdly, God, the invisible parent, established the true parent as God's substantial expression on the earth. God tries to save the world through the true parents by uniting with the ideals of the true parents and regaining true love, true life, and true lineage. Human beings can be eternally restored. Amazingly, we are now living in the era of true parents. There has never been and will never again be a time of this magnitude of blessing in the history of human existence. This enables us to be called the lucky generation born with the heavenly fortune. 2 days from now, on August 25, Mrs. Moon and I will officiate at an international wedding ceremony, 360,000 couples here in Seoul. I consider this ceremony the authentic path to world peace, as I stated the reason the world is not at peace today lies in the breakdown of the true family structure. The true family structure begins by uniting with the true love of God. This holy wedding ceremony will be simultaneously conducted in 160 nations via satellite. It is a ceremony that will link human beings vertically with the true parents, the substantial being of God, the invisible parent. This ceremony affirms the participants as the true brothers and sisters in front of God and true parents, transcending territorial boundaries, races, and religions. This wedding is a great transformation ceremony for humanity. It restores God's true love, true life, and true blood lineage, which were lost due to the fall of the first human ancestors, Adam and Eve. This is a moment of great excitement in which human beings who have been suffering under the reign of the dominion of Satan for 6,000 biblical years will be set free and liberated for the first time. It is a ceremony of great joy where we will see the shackles break loose. Humankind will sing Hosanna as we return to the liberated heaven and earth of God's true love. This ceremony is possible at this time because of the appearance and manifestations of the true parents. Yeah, so interesting words from True Father. Let's read now from True Mother. Recently, she gave a short speech at 8 May 2022. Beloved second and third generation, blessed children through the world. Yes, what do you call me? True Mother. Yes, I'm True Mother. For the conclusion of God's providence and the realization of humanity's hope and heavenly parents' dream, I was born as God's only begotten daughter and became the true mother. This happened for the first time after 6,000 years. I love all of you so very much. So in the past, present, and future, I am eternally you, one and only Queen Mom. Please try shouting out loud, Queen Mom, we love you. Queen Mom, we love you. I also love you all very much. Please grow up well and in good health. As you, Queen Mom, I want to eternally love and bless all of you. You who are the second, third, fourth, fifth generations. Don't forget, Queen Mom. Okay, this was a powerful quotes for today. If you have difficulties, please watch one more time this video. Share this video as we end this billions happy life subscribers marathon. Contact me for consultation, cooperation, and become a member of this Family Parents Holy Community globally. Receive Family Kingdom citizenship right now. The contact is below. See you tomorrow with more powerful quotes. Till then, turn on suggestion playlist. Choose the best one and listen God's word. Stay blessed all the day. Bye bye. Yours, Nicolae.